LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, a staple to mine and many others' childhood gaming experience. Coming out in 2007, this game provides an inventive and joy-bringing LEGO experience that you just couldn't find anywhere else at the time. It takes direct inspiration from all your favourite Star Wars movies to recreate your favourite scenes into unadulterated fun for everyone to enjoy, whether they're a fan of the franchise or not. With 36 main story missions, this game has got some really high highs, but unfortunately, having that many levels, it's inevitable that there are going to be a few stinkers among the crowd. So today, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 worst levels in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Now, it's important to mention that this is an incredible game, no matter the level. I absolutely love this game with all my heart, so no matter what level I'm playing, I'm having a really great time. But there are just some levels that fall short of the quality the other levels lead us to expect from the game. If you like a level that's on my list, that's absolutely fine. I'm glad you find joy in the levels I don't. My list isn't the official list of good and bad levels, it's just my opinion, and I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. With that being said, let's get into the list. Coming in at the 10th worst level in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is Episode 1, Chapter 3, Escape from Naboo. This level has you playing as Queen Amidala and Naboo Palace Guard, two gun-wielding characters, in a slow-paced level with really dull combat. Halfway through the level, the Jedi show up, but there's actually no reason in this level to ever use the Jedi. I really wish they added some more Force mechanics later in the level to make the Jedi's inclusion significant. There's a lot to do in the free play version of this level, but for my ranking I'm only going to be talking about the story mode level, because I believe the story mode version of a level is what makes a good level. The only enemies in this level are Roger droids, making it a very tame level combat wise. There's not necessarily too much wrong with this level, but there's just nothing there to make this level special in any way, and that's why it comes number 10 on my list. At number 9, Episode 2, Chapter 6, Count Dooku. This level is one of the shortest, and for a boss fight seems really mundane. The level begins, like most boss levels, with a chase sequence, where you fight mini enemies at several stages, which is always fun. But in this level, that just consists of 3 Roger droids and a few Geonosians in 2 rooms, and then you're at the final boss fight. The boss fight itself is not engaging. The main 2 highlights is getting to play as Yoda, and Count Dooku using his lightning, making teamwork vital in this fight. Putting emphasis on teamwork is a concept I really enjoy in these games, but in this level, that just mostly consists of Jedi slamming Count Dooku a few times, and then the level's over. Now, I know this isn't the final boss fight with Count Dooku in this game, but I still think they should have made the level more endearing by adding more mini enemies to fend off, and even some more puzzles to do during the fight. There's not exactly too much here to hate, but that's just because there's not much here at all. It's a shame, because if this level was longer and just had a bit more time spent on its development, it would have been a good way to end episode 2. Sadly, what we got was a lackluster end to the episode and a tiresome boss fight. And the 8th worst level is Episode 6, Chapter 6, Into the Death Star. What a disappointing way to end the game, with a generic torpedo shooting vehicle level. Alright, so first I just want to talk about the positives of this level, because there is some aspects which I do enjoy. Like, one majorly cool one is getting to fly the Millennium Falcon out of the Death Star while it explodes behind you. This has just got a great Star Wars feel to it, and it's the best part of playing through this level. Also, this level has the red brick that gives you infinite torpedoes, which makes all the other torpedo vehicle levels way less unbearable to go through. But that's about it. This level, which is supposed to be the epic climax against the Empire, is just the same thing we've done before, time and time again. Picking up torpedo pellets and shooting into Star Destroyers, gateways, explosive devices. Nothing new to offer here. Normally, a level like this, I just find it okay and move on. But considering this is the final level, I just expected so much more from this game. It's a real shame that they didn't end the game with the level before it, Jedi Destiny, where you fought the Emperor head on in typical LEGO fashion. What we got was a bitter, lackluster ending that doesn't do justice to this amazing game. At spot number 7, Episode 3, Chapter 4, Defense on Kashyyyk. This level starts off as a lot of fun. Chewbacca and Yoda are a great duo, and I really enjoy the part where you have to save the other Wookiees from the troops after Order 66. My issue with Yoda is, although he's a very cool character to fight with, he's so tedious to use to get around due to his walking cane slowing him down. So in this level, he's not a lot of fun to use towards the end when there's a lot of parkour and walking involved. The scene where all the droids and troops are storming the beach is so cinematically pleasing and generally very cool to play through. Everything after that, however, is such a bore, with nothing really going on for the rest of the level, just walking through a forest and occasionally fighting some troops. Number 6, Episode 2, Chapter 5, Gunship Cavalry. This level is so boring to play through. There's no redeeming factors. The scenery is boring, the ship controls are unpleasant, and the gameplay is repetitive. It just consists of avoiding timed lasers and dragging bombs to blow open gates. At the end of the level, it's just a big dome that you need to blow up by dragging bombs to disable shields. There's not much going on here. This level is terrible to play in co-op, because the other player just keeps dragging the already difficult to control ship into lasers. After 2 really great and exciting levels, Droid Factory and Jedi Battle before it, the disappointing step backwards in this level design is very apparent, and it's not really a level I look forward to playing. At number 5, Episode 1, Chapter 4, Most Esper Pod Race. This is the game's first vehicle level, and it has you playing as Anakin in his pod racer. The simple level basically consists of a short lap that you must repeat 3 times over and try and beat Sir Bulba in the race. You do this by hitting every boost you can and avoiding bumping into rocks. Very simple game design. It's absent of the inventiveness and creativity many of the other levels offer. You can forget entirely that you're even playing a LEGO game during this level, swapping out all of those fun mechanics these games are typically known for a mediocre race in a boring setting. This level may not be as bad as some of the other levels on this list, but it feels the most out of place among the other main story missions, having a more minigame feel than a fully fledged LEGO game level. I personally never liked this level as a child and found it so tedious to play through, and even now when I play through LEGO Star Wars, I never look forward to playing through this level. Now, just missing out on our top 3, and number 4 we have Episode 3, Chapter 5, Ruin of the Jedi. A disappointing adaptation of what could have been an extremely exciting level, taking place at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant during Order 66. This should have been a great plot for a level, but sadly the execution was lackluster, with very little clones in the level, and the level mainly consisting of platforming and using the Force to open doors. This level could have been majorly improved by them just adding some more clones to fight, and maybe even a Commander Cody boss fight at the end. The Jedi Temple itself looks bland due to its large scale and lack of detail. With nothing else going on in this short level, there's nothing there to keep my interest or leaving me ever wanting to revisit this level. With such a great scene to be tackling, it fails to deliver and leaves the player feeling empty after what is supposed to be one of the most intense scenes of the prequels. Kicking off our top 3 we have Episode 2, Chapter 1, Bounty Hunter Pursuit. This level takes place on Coruscant, one of the more interesting planets from the prequels, involving you flying around the city in a hot pursuit. This should be a great level, but no. The scenery in the background is flat, with the level consisting of a chase sequence that continuously gets interrupted by these tedious sections where you must destroy turrets and blast some gates open. You do this by using torpedoes, which is a mechanic I've never really been a fan of. The level ends with you spam shooting the bounty hunter's ship until they run out of lives. Quite an uninspired level with a boring fight at the end. Not much fun to be had here at all. And our runner-up for the worst level is Episode 3, Chapter 3, General Grievous. Arguably the most disappointing level in the game pins you up against the Separatist General, General Grievous, in a boring one-stage boss fight that can be completed in about 2 minutes. This scene from Revenge of the Sith is one of the best scenes of the movie.
Hello there.
This level would have been made so much more exciting if it involved you making your way through Utapau, as there is so much that could have been explored and so many droids around to fight. The scene in the movie involves Obi-Wan chasing down General Grievous, which would have worked so well in the LEGO Star Wars format. Sadly, what we got was an uninspired fight that involves you whacking General Grievous a couple times. He jumps away, Commander Cody shoots an explosive, General Grievous comes back, and repeat until he dies. The level is disappointing, and I really hope they learn and make the General Grievous fight as fun and exciting as it should be in the upcoming game, The Skywalker Saga. Before I reveal what I believe to be the worst level in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, I would like to give a shout out to some dishonourable mentions. These are levels that I believe can be considered as bad as some of the levels on this list, but I didn't include them for some reason or another. But I still think they deserve a mention. Episode 4, Chapter 6, Rebel Attack, and Episode 3, Chapter 1, Battle over Coruscant. These are 2 vehicle levels which offer not much more than the other vehicle levels do, with the same generic gameplay but in a different setting. I didn't include these 2, as I thought I already made my case on why I'm not the biggest fan of these vehicle levels, so I didn't just want to add too many vehicle levels and just say the same thing about each one. These 2 levels take place in exciting atmospheres, whether that be over Coruscant or the Battle of Yavin over the Death Star. 2 fun environments to explore through, so although the gameplay might be as dull as any other vehicle level, at least the epic battle taking place around you can convince the player they're having a good time. And now I'm going to tell you the level to which I believe is the worst in the game. Do remember that this is just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments. If you've enjoyed the video so far, a like and subscribe would really help me out. I'm going to be uploading a top 10 best LEGO Star Wars levels very shortly, so stay tuned for that. And it will be linked down below if it's already out, so make sure you go watch it. Okay, and without further ado, the worst level in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is Episode 5, Chapter 3, Falcon Pursuit. There is no question this is my least favourite level in the game. Other levels I find disappointing, or maybe a little boring at times, but I find this level a chore to get through whenever I'm doing a playthrough of the game. A chore is the last thing you want a video game to feel like. This level starts off as a nothing special vehicle level, where you must destroy a few turrets on the Star Destroyer as the Millennium Falcon. Seems okay so far, but after this section it is non-stop gathering torpedoes, firing them at asteroids 4 or 6 times until they blow up. It is just that boring mechanic over and over again. Now I have never been a fan of the torpedo mechanic, but normally it's just a dull time, but with this level it's so tedious to gather the torpedo pellets. You have to blow up space trucks, which drop torpedoes, which despawn very shortly after spawning. And once you have the torpedoes, you'll just lose them again because of an endless flood of Imperial ships that shoot you until you die. In turn, losing the torpedoes, you just frustratingly gathered. There is just no fun to be had here in this uninventive, frustrating and repetitive level that feels like no thought had been put into the gameplay whatsoever. So that's my list. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and let me know which levels you agree with and which you don't. Go check out my top 10 best Star Wars levels, which will be linked down below. And I'll see you next time.